Hello, welcome to this update for North America. Let's see what's happening with the severe weather and some winter weather that's coming. So let's see. In terms of storms in the U.S., nothing crazy, just a storm or two around northern Michigan and southern Florida, but nothing crazy today. Tomorrow shows maybe some storms in part of the Midwest and the Northeast and a storm or two in Florida. And then day three, there's actually a marginal risk, parts of Kentucky and West Virginia, even parts of western North Carolina, and some storms near Colorado and Lake Michigan. So be aware. And day four through eight, still nothing. So let's see. The fire threat is still elevated, parts of Nevada and Utah. So be aware, some dry conditions and gusty winds. And let's see. And tomorrow, for Saturday, two areas of elevated parts of Utah, Nevada, and Arizona, and from Kansas to Montana. So be aware. And in terms of excess rainfall, nothing today. Tomorrow, just a small marginal in southeastern Florida. Day 3, a small marginal again in Florida on Sunday. Day 4, nothing. Day 5, nothing. So nothing crazy. Precipitation today. So this is Friday. Shows a little bit in Florida, some in Maine, parts of the Northeast, some in like California and some areas, and more across Eastern Canada. So let's see. Day 2 shows more throughout the Midwest, those storms there, and more in southern Florida and parts of the West. Day 3, more across the Northeast and parts of Western Canada. And let's see. Day 4, some in the Northwest and parts of Florida, even the Northeast. Day 5, more across the West because of a new system coming, we will talk about in a second. Day 6, some more on the West, and Day 7, all the way into the Rockies and the plains. Day 1 through 7 shows a lot in Florida still, only southern Florida and the Northeast and parts of the Northwest, especially in Washington and Oregon. So let's see, snowfall still nothing, but from day 4 onwards shows more in the Northeast, parts of New Hampshire, some probabilities, in New York, parts of Quebec, and northern Vermont. And then day 3 doesn't show anything, but day 5 still parts of the Northeast and Eastern Canada. Day 6 starts coming that system on the west there, some more snow in the mountains of Washington, Oregon, parts of southern British Columbia, and parts of Idaho. Day 7 shows more snow in all those mountains of the west there. So we're monitoring for that. In terms of heat, nothing crazy. Just maybe some moderate heat risk in the southwest still. But Saturday, maybe in Texas, some moderate. Sunday, Texas and Florida. Monday, Tuesday, some minor heat risk in the yellow. Wednesday, so nothing crazy. But the temperatures are still in the hundreds, parts of southern California and Arizona, the low hundreds, but still hot. Some 90s in the plains and some areas there. And day 2, this is Friday, so 2 days are in the afternoon. So let's see Saturday tomorrow. Shows more 102, 101 parts of California and Arizona, mainly the south there. Some 80s in other parts of California, some 80s and 90s from the Midwest, parts of the Mid-South and Southern Plains, and some 50s in the Northeast and North array, and some 80s in Southern Florida. And tonight until Saturday, the minimum temperatures go all the way down to the low 30s in parts of northern Montana, in the Rockies and the Sierra Nevada. And tomorrow night until Sunday shows some high 20s and low 30s in parts of North Dakota and Montana in the Northeast. So some colder temperatures coming. So get your jackets and everything. It shows, but it's mainly in the early morning. For example, Sunday in the afternoon already shows in the 50s in those areas, but still in the 90s in the south and 100s on the southwest. From Sunday to Monday, the night and early morning, let's see if it works here. Here, so sorry. So from Sunday to Monday shows very much colder there. Here, so shows a lot of 30s, parts of Minnesota, North Dakota, parts of South Dakota. So a lot colder. Michigan too, northern Wisconsin, parts of Maine as well. So even parts of the Rockies. So be aware of those cold temperatures coming if you go out to work very early, or to get your heaters on and everything. And then during the day, it already warms up to the 50s Fahrenheit in those areas, and still some 90s in the south. And from Monday to Tuesday, the night and morning still shows. Let's see if it works. It shows all the way like in the very low 30s in northern Michigan, parts of Wisconsin, in the northeast, some colder wind chills and temperatures as well. So be aware of those temperatures coming. Day 5 shows colder. Let's see if shows still a little bit cold in the northeast, shows some 90s in the southwest and southern Texas. And day 5 to day 6, like Wednesday, Tuesday to Wednesday, still shows those negative temperatures across the northeast, parts of the Midwest. So be aware there. Some negative temperatures even in like the Appalachians there, and the Rockies and etc. Day 6, next Wednesday to next Thursday, we will likely start having the system across the west. Already shows some like 40s, 50s in the Cascades, and still in the northeast some 50s there. The high temperatures, the maximum, and shows some 90s in southern Arizona, California still, and some 80s in the plains. Wednesday night to next Thursday show like some 20s in Oregon, some 30s, very cold across the west. Some 20s, no, some 30s in the northeast as well, cold there. So winter is coming. Let's see, day 7 maximum temperatures. Let's see if it works. Shows still these are the maximum temperatures. It's showing like only like the highest peak, some 30s maximum temperatures there. So this system will really give a punch in the northwest there after next Wednesday. And then in 2 days for Friday shows still some gusty winds parts of Maine, New Hampshire, and some areas of the Rockies, but nothing crazy. The warnings, just some air quality advisories and like red flag warnings in Michigan, and but the main deal going on is in Alaska there because of those big Pacific systems. And we have like some winter weather advisories, some winter storm warnings in northern Alaska because of the snow, so some wind warnings and high wind watches there, so be careful. And for example, on windy here for Alaska, it does show like the wind gusts, let's see this miles per hour, so shows like many southern Alaska, there's a big low pressure spinning there, show like some 66 mile per hour gusts today, some 60 mile per hour gusts, 71, 669. So be careful in the Aleutian Islands and some areas there. There's another big system like in Russia there, in eastern Russia. They might eventually affect a little, but you may die out. You'll be this big system from Alaska. They will like join with another system down in the Pacific and going in the northwest there and bring those colder temperatures and everything. So next Thursday when this arrives, showing the worst winds in British Columbia, there's like 56 mile per hour gusts. There'll be like some 8 kilometer per hour gusts. But across the west shows some higher gusts near like Idaho in some areas, but the last season that was so windy. So let's see, but those shows some high winds like the northwestern territories next Thursday, northern Saskatchewan, but nothing crazy. In terms of rainfall, the main thing might be the snow with the system, but the rainfall shows some big amounts southern Alaska, parts of British Columbia, and even across the northeastern U.S. and eastern Canada there. So be aware, some rain in the north, but that's mainly snowfall there. Shows some pockets in Alaska more than 254 millimeters, but if you go into the snow accumulation, most of that is snow because of the mountains there. More than 200 centimeters of snow. Better show you like in inches. Some, let's see if it works here. So here, some 77 inches or more of snow, some 74 inches in other areas. So be aware, northern Alaska, there's the winter storm warnings, some 18 inches or more. And it does show some snow in the Rockies there in Colorado and Utah, and some areas of the Northeast. So this is the Northeast from the European model until next Wednesday. Shows more than 7 inches of snow in New York, parts of Vermont and New Hampshire. So northern New York expects some snow already. And if I put this to next Sunday, the 20th, like not this one but the next one, already shows all this snow in parts of the Northwest. So for that, let's kind of see it here. So let's see. So first, I'll show you this system coming. This is Monday. Still nothing there. So there's like the lower pressures in the northeast and parts of Canada. They'll bring all those very cold temperatures, and then some higher pressures still in the west. But if I go to like next Friday, you can see all those lower pressures in the northwest there, with those lower temperatures and snow. So it starts coming there on the west on Thursday. It shows some higher pressures in the plains there. So be aware. This is the GFS, so like in winter weather, so total snowfall. Let's see, I'll put the total snowfall like the full run here. See what happens. So this is until Sunday the 27th, so until like the end of this month. This is a lot to show, but it does show more in the northwest there, in the northeast. But let's go a little bit less further out, like until the 20th. It shows the GFS is more snow in Wyoming, parts of Utah from this system across the west. Shows more a lot in British Columbia, parts of Alberta, into Quebec, some more, and there northern New York, parts of New Hampshire, and those areas. So be aware of this system coming. There's the European model as well. Does it don't let's get another run, because here 0 Z. It's working kind of slow today, so let's see. 240 hours. So this is until next Monday, the 23rd. Not next Monday, but the Monday after. Shows more snow in parts of British Columbia, Alberta, but does show some in Washington, parts of Oregon, the mountains, more the Rockies there in Colorado, Montana, and more across Quebec and some other areas. So be aware of that snow. That there's the Canadian model as well. Let's see if it works. So because it's very slow. Or the icon here, if it doesn't work. So the icon goes out only 180 hours. So let's see if that's enough. Yes, it goes until next Friday. It shows more in the west, in Idaho, Montana, parts of Utah too, some snow, and a lot in eastern Quebec there in some areas. So be aware of the systems coming. Alerts for Canada, we have some in northern Quebec, parts of northwestern territories, even Nova Scotia, some special weather statements for strong winds expected, like mainland Nova Scotia, 70 to 80 km per hour, potential 90, beginning Saturday, diminishing Saturday evening. So be aware, northwestern territories, some fog advisories, but these are usually during the morning, and Nunavut, some fog advisory too. So be aware in those areas. There's that warning is actually Newfoundland and Labrador, Eastern Labrador, some wind and rainfall warnings there. So be careful. Let's see, there's the system like Saturday the 12th, so it shows a big system to southern Alaska, parts of British Columbia, some heavy snow in the mountains, like very heavy. It shows some very heavy rain the coast of southernmost Alaska and British Columbia, so especially British Columbia, some very heavy rain from tomorrow, Saturday the 12th. Even some more systems later. This next Wednesday, the 16th, shows all that snow in lower British Columbia, and the GFS more snow in like Saskatchewan and Alberta. And later on Saturday, the 19th, is showing more snow there again, down to the west. So be aware. There's the European model. Shows also the system on Saturday tomorrow, the heavy snow. British Columbia, and shows another system next Wednesday, the 16th, a big low, the one that will bring that snow for the south. Shows a lot of snow in those areas, and more systems later. This on Sunday, the 20th. So be aware. And let's see, like North America here. So you can see the bigger system now in Alaska with that heavy snow in southern Alaska and the rain. That system northern Alaska, like this is Sunday the 13th, and heavy snow in southern Alaska and goes north into Nunavut. It shows that big system next Wednesday across the west, all the way from like southern Alaska to northern California, the range. So be aware. And yeah, in terms of more wind, like does show still some strong winds in eastern Canada there, like shows in Nova Scotia. This is Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon. Tomorrow shows some very gusty winds, like where's this? Here's some 78 kilometer per gust. Even northern Maine, some like deals with 40 to 50 mile per gust, like 40 mile per gust. And then so be aware those strong winds, and then it goes out into the Atlantic. But it does show like next Monday not that low pressure system, more strong winds parts of the northern Appalachians, and eventually into like New Brunswick and Quebec and some areas. And then the system on the west in the next Tuesday to next Wednesday, I showed you those very strong winds before, so be aware. And the temperatures for Canada, because I showed you there in the US. So today in the afternoon it's a little bit warmer, like the southern prairies, some like let's see this in Celsius. So there's like some 14 degrees, 13, 15. And then during the night from today to tomorrow, some negative temperatures in Manitoba still. Northwestern Ontario show like some -2, 0 degrees. Parts of Alberta and British Columbia, some -4, -10 Northwestern Territories in Yukon, like -15 Alaska, -4, -8. That's very high in the Arctic, of course. So let's see, 0 degrees parts of Quebec. But as this low pressure advances, that cold air shows even during the day a little bit cold, but like the night from Saturday into Sunday, some negative temperatures central Ontario and Quebec, still more negative temperatures northern Saskatchewan, Manitoba. So Sunday into Monday shows more central Manitoba, some -1, -2, 0 degrees, -3, and then it starts showing like next Tuesday those negative temperatures parts of Quebec, Ontario, especially like southern Ontario into the US there, and like -3, -1 at night and early morning. During the day it warms up to like 7 degrees, 7, 5, but at night again shows those negative temperatures in Ontario and early morning and parts of Labrador and Quebec there. So be careful. And across the northwest, -18, so very cold there in the northwest. Be careful. And this is generally it. So be aware and stay safe. Those systems and everything. Let's just see like the her for shows some rain. It shows like some afternoon storms in Florida, but nothing crazy. More Sunday, more Saturday tomorrow, some more showers in the Bahamas and Florida. And shows some rain to Northern California starting Saturday there, and some more stuff into Eastern Canada, the Northeast. Like Saturday evenings, some stuff in the Midwest, some rain. So be aware in those areas and stay safe.